Hey guys, it is Blue Dragon5 here, and today I'm doing a guest deck profile on the TCG Taco's channel. And so, this is the Luard deck that you've seen in the match, and so let's just get this underway, shall we? So, the starter is Differbar. So, obviously he's Forerunner, but he's a very good new starter for the Ritual deck. So what he does is, when he's retired for the effect of your card with Ritual, so you can counter like the Wild Strike skill because it still had the Ritual ability. Chuck at the Soul, look at the top card of the deck, you can either call it or send it to drop zone. It's pretty sacky, but I like it, so it's pretty good. So let's just get it on the way so we can keep the straight through. Let's start with grade 3s. So, you're only grade 3 in the deck. Drag out the Wards. He is the ace of the deck, my avatar, and you only need 4 because it's really good, and, well, we just want to max out a lot of grade 1s in this deck. And we've got Strike Fighters, so that helps us with the striding, so, yeah, and plus you just use this skill to stride for free, nearly most of the time. Grade 2s, Drag Wizard Noish. So, what he does is, Ritual 3, so when he's placed, top 5, you may call up to 1 grade 1 or lower. If you do, in exchange for putting, and you put the rest of the bottom of the deck. For exchange in putting the unit you call to the bottom of the deck, if it had Ritual, Noise gets +2, and if it was a grade 1, Noise gets +3. It can, so if you get a grade 1, you still get the plus, you don't get the 2 though. You just use him because he helps. It's a help to get bored and for no counterblast, really. Next, Drag Wizardiscus. Just helping with big numbers, and he's one of your key grade 2s. Because his ritual just sends you back your grade 1s or your Mephis's just to get power, and you rarely get to hit, so you rarely use his on hit draw skill. So play 4 of those, and then for Mephiss, it's necessary in Ritual. Some people run 3. I've seen some people run 2. I play 4 just to maximize the grade 1s in the drop zone for Drag Driver. And it's also a pretty good 14k attacker for Ritual and GB1, obviously. So those are the grade 2s. So we run good old 11. Alright. Get the grade 1s. Drag Saber Espress, no need to explain. Recycling PGs always are nice. And you've got enough countercharge engine in this deck, so yeah. Plus if you go to combo with Belly Wow, you just get a draw off it. It's quite nice, so 4 of those. Abyssal Owls, countercharge engine, and Luard Searcher, no other need to explain. Nothing too much to explain about him. 3 Night Sky Eagles. I'm planning to bump this up to 4. Because he's a nice 11k attacker, 11k attacker normally, but if you call him out during a drag driver turn, he hits ridiculous numbers. So I would really like to max him out at 4, just so I can maybe call out like 4 in 1 turn. But other than that, he's a nice grade 1 unit that is a pretty interesting choice that I play. Speaking of talking about the stride fighters from before, 3 Treasure Knight Bronwyn, 3 is just fine. It's because we run minimal grade, we run only 4 grade 3s that we need to use these. Because when we rarely get 2 Luards in hand or enough to actually use for stride. And yeah, if I was ever running Claret Sword, you know, it's just there. But it's just there for stride fodder. And here are my special choices. So we play 2 knees and 2 Drag Wizard Medea. I've been thinking about taking out the Medea for 2 Medeas for an extra knees and a Night Sky Eagle, but Medea is pretty nice himself. So for Ritual 3, Counterblast 1, he gets 1k for every other card with the Ritual ability, so that includes himself. So at max field, you can get +6 to him. And then Soul Blast 1, kill him as beginning of main phase, Countercharge 1. And we all know what knees does, so no need to explain knees. So those are the grade 1s. And triggers, 4 heals, obviously. Got G Guardians. This is a little fun tech that I've actually been playing a lot with recently. That's two Cursed Eye Ravens. It really helps for like a drag strider or anything that focuses on retiring. You can get back, and you got low hand, and you got this. You just get the call. You can call up to 2. You can call 1, and it gets retired at the end of the turn, but usually killing it. But if you don't, especially if it's a Belial Owl, you'll get to draw off it, and it also goes back, which is quite nice. So we run 2 of this as tech options. Just Margot clones. I'm running these ones because it's basically a girl version of Luard. But that's it really. It's just Tear for Soul because Luard has no way of generating soul except for putting these in there. And we play 6 crits, and 4 of them obviously being Belly Wows. Stupid $40 a piece. Just your best, one of the best cards into the deck really, because you draw off it and it also goes back to deck. No need to explain. And let's get into the G zone. Okay, we'll start with straight. So, play 4 Drag Driver Luard. I see a lot of people play 3. I have been tempted to play 3, but I think 4 is really nice for me personally. Just for the fact that you can call out 3 dudes in one turn, and they all get usually 10k plus. It helps for when you're trying to push for like near end game or you're actually going in for game. Yeah, nothing much to do with him, so 4 of. 1 Dragon Garogma. He is situational now, so it depends how I feel and how I want to change the game. He can be a game changer if your opponent has no field or they've got minimal field. You just roughly have, with the amount of draw power in this deck, you should have more than enough great ones in your hand, but if you do need to, you got like Stride skill in that, and got Esperus to return to hand, so yeah. Plus he's also pretty good because you draw off him. So play 1 Ogma. Diablo, it's Diablo, really. He can be scary, as you can see in game 2 where I got dogged. It just reminds me when I used to play Diablo play a lot of Diablo. We play 2 him, and then we play 1 Carnivore Dragon. Usually like a flip target for Luard if I don't want to constantly flip him. Or he's just that off chance stride I'll actually stride into and actually get some field presence and that. So he's just there for fun text. Now the bad boy of the deck, Drag Strider Luard. This card is so retarded, and it's very, I guess you could kind of say, undercosted in a way. So for Ritual 7, when he attacks, you can retire 2. I'm sorry, for Generation 2 as well. Yeah, retire 2, then you can discard as many cards from your hand as you want. So with this deck, you should have roughly 4 or 5 cards or plus during this turn or something. Then you get 3k for each card you discarded, which is amazing. So you can get super big numbers. And then you discard 2 or more, which is kind of the most funniest thing about that. You'll get +1 crit, +1 drive, and your opponent cannot go with any grade 1s or higher from their hand, which is dumb. But there's still G Guardians, that's a thing. But he's just a pretty good finisher. This is your main finisher, like your backup finisher, and I mean this can finish games, but it's like a iffy one. But yeah, this is your main finisher of the deck. I'm thinking about taking out a Carnivore Dragon, just slapping in a 3rd one. But I think 3 is too much, because I've burned through my grade 1s pretty quickly, but not as much as the Clarixol deck. God, that thing burns so much grade 1s. So we play 2 of those, and then we play the Dragon package, because who doesn't love just adding cards to hand, especially when you go Stride skill, call out 2 Belials, and you sack them off when he attacks, and then you go, you add 2, then you draw another 2, then you get another 3. And that's kind of dumb. So you add 7 cards to hand, and if you get draw triggers, you get more. So those are the normal strides. Now, G guards, we're going to play 4. Drag Wiser Brannock, or Brannock. It's there just to help get ritual faster, and it's kind of the main goal trying to reach this really. But it's still not bad. You end up usually calling two, maybe three grade ones on the top of the deck usually. Sometimes even none. But other than that, yeah. And finally, three plot makers. Self-explanatory. 10k shields. That's all that is to it. So thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe to TCG Tacos. We'll see you in his Clarisol deck profile. So bye guys.